What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're in the Mercedes-Maybach GLS 600 courtesy of my friends over at Monza Exotics. If you're in Southern California looking to rent any luxury or exotic car, go hit them up and they'll take care of you. They've got a beautiful fleet of cars, including this one, that you can rent today, and they're always adding to it. Now, jumping into the video, off the bat you could probably tell that this isn't a regular Maybach. This was previously owned by Kim Kardashian and built for her by Platinum Motorsports up in Los Angeles. Everything you see on it is painted, not wrapped, in Tempest Gray, which is a Rolls-Royce factory color. Now, this one-off custom beast is sitting on a set of 24-inch dual-block Avantgarde SRX 06 wheels, and as you can tell, the whole car is a very unique build. Not only that, Kim also has a Maybach S580, a Rolls-Royce Ghost, and a wide-body Lamborghini Urus in the exact same spec, also built by Platinum Motorsport. If that weren't enough, she also has a Gulfstream G650ER to match her fleet of exotics, painted in Tempest Gray. Now, getting into the car itself, the Maybach GLS 600 has an MSRP from Mercedes starting at $175,000, ranging all the way up to $227,000. It's powered by a 4-liter V8 Biturbo with mild hybrid drive, married to a 9G TRONIC 9-speed automatic transmission, paired with Mercedes 4MATIC fully variable all-wheel drive. It produces 550 horsepower and 538 pound-feet of torque, pushing the Maybach from 0 to 60 in just 4.8 seconds, which is not bad considering that the GLS 600 has a curb weight of 6,220 pounds, just over 3 tons. The Maybach GLS 600 is a bit slower than its AMG counterpart, the GLS 63, which boasts a 603 horsepower version of this powertrain with a 0 to 60 time of 3.6 seconds. However, those in the market for a Maybach aren't just looking for outright performance, but rather the exclusivity, status, and opulence that comes along with it. And we'll probably be spending more time in the backseat with their chauffeur up front than doing the driving themselves. Comfort is the name of the game for Maybach, and you'll notice that immediately with the ride quality of the GLS 600. In terms of suspension, you're looking at a 4-wheel independent double wishbone front and multi-link rear with self-leveling e-active body control. One of the coolest things about this is that the car's sensors will actually pick up bumps and uneven road ahead and automatically compensate for it by minutely adjusting suspension on the fly, so that by the time you drive over it, the effects felt are minimal. Now let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. Upon shutting that soft closed door, first thing you'll probably notice is that every surface in this car is leather. Unlike the standard GLS, you got your pillars, roof, dash, everything is leather. Now to start her up here. Looking around the cockpit, looks just like any other GLS for the most part. Other things to note here, you've got the Burmester 3D audio system with 27 speakers, your touchscreen MBUX, touchpad in the middle, your drive modes here. You can select individual, which you can set to custom drive mode, sport, which I usually keep the car in, comfort, Maybach, which we'll get to that in a little bit, curve, off-road, and that is it. Now looking over to the left of the driver's seat here, you'll see your standard door locks, window controls, seat controls, and your cooled and heated seats right there. Now getting back out of the car, we'll come around to the back seat here to see what the real selling point of any Maybach is. Now you got ample room in the back seat here. You've got 43.4 inches of leg room, which can be moved up to 52.8 inches when you have the seat set to chauffeured position, which pulls it forward. Another cool thing to note back here is this tablet you have that you can use to control your climate, media, and comfort settings in the back seat if you don't want to have to bother the driver up front. Now, another awesome thing about the back seat here is the ride height that you're sitting at is awesome compared to some of the other sedan Maybachs, which, although Maybach was founded in 1909, this is their first real SUV apart from the G650 Lot, which only 99 examples were made of, and they're currently sitting around $1 million. So I don't know if I can really include that in considering that to be a real Maybach SUV like the GLS is. And for a vehicle that was made to compete with the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, the Bentley Bentayga, the Range autobiographies, Mercedes did a great job of packing this thing full of luxurious features while still keeping it at a price point that is far less than some of those other aforementioned models. Now pop in the back, you've got 18.4 cubic feet of cargo space, so plenty of room to stuff anything in the back that you might need. Now for the feature that everyone probably wants to see most on here, recovery mode, to make the car dance. What you're going to do is put the car down into off-road. Then you're going to go click the car button to bring up your settings, hit assistance, put the car in drive, unlocks off-road assistance, recovery mode, and start. I don't know if the camera will pick it up as well, but Pretty hilarious. Now this is a useful feature if you are off-roading and you do happen to be stuck, but I don't think Kim Kardashian was doing too much off-roading in this. And that is the recovery mode. Alright, so now that we've gone over the car a little bit, let's do the fun part. Let's go for a drive. So right now I got it in sport, which a little better on the pickup, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to go put it in Maybach mode, which really softens the ride, puts it on par with the Cullinan. The awesome thing too about the Maybach mode is that it will pick up bumps and uneven pavement ahead of you and set the car up for it. So when you go over it, the suspension's already adjusted and it just rides right over it. Right here we got our comfort settings. You got massages. We'll do activating massage, driver, start. Pretty awesome. Now once again, I don't want to yap too much just so you can enjoy the drive. You know, for the size of this, it is still has confident handling. Planted, but it's not too boaty, you know. Comparing it to driving a Cullinan, where you can really feel the weight of that car, you don't feel the weight of this nearly as much behind the wheel, which is pretty nice. Incredible insulation on this car too. The outside noise is next to nothing, you know, even when you're at higher speeds on the freeway. I've noticed too. Super quiet, which, you know, as it should be in a Maybach. Always an absolute zoo down here in Lido. Lucid. Now is the fun part of seeing if there's anywhere to park. And it does not look like it. A great parking spot. Out of the red. Yeah, perfect. Unfortunately, I think people will probably be a little disappointed when it's me and not Kim Kardashian hopping out, but $6 p.m. coffee check. Get that going. Perfect. let's pop back open this massive panoramic sunroof. Look at the size of this thing. Beautiful. And get going. This thing's a little bit of a boat, but pretty manageable for its size. And like I said before too, how confident the handling is for its weight. Not that the Cullinan handles poorly, but this is much more responsive. And I don't remember off the top of my head the Cullinan's gas mileage, but I know this sticker on this says 15 city, 19 highway, which again for the size and weight is not too bad. Although it is the hybrid V8. One thing that I would have liked to see on these GLS Maybachs would have been an option for a V12, but it seems that unfortunately those are being phased out for the most part. This thing does turn a lot of heads though. I mean, it is a pretty unique, good looking spec and build that they had, that Kim had done to it. You know, solid pickup too for the size of this thing. Alright, these people go. And when you put this in curve mode for curvy roads, or even just in sport, the handling really tightens down the suspension. You forget how big the car is, honestly. Drives very, very well. And again, for competing with the Bentayga, the Cullinan, the price point is pretty fair, I would say. Not that it's not still expensive, but I mean, you can get a base spec GLS 600 for about half the price of a Cullinan now, so not the worst. It's always a toss-up for me. Do I want it in sport for a little more performance, or down to Maybach to give it that cloud, just floating silky ride? Sounds good too. I do love these handles too that they put in the the GLS and the GLEs. Only other car, at least that I know of, that has these handles like this is the Cayenne, which is one of my favorite things about it. Apologies for the glare in this direction. It's probably pretty bad on camera. Step's kind of funny. Not exactly a 4x4 square that you need help getting up into. Overall, though, the drive of the GLS Maybach is awesome. I mean, for directly competing with the Cullinan and Bentayga and the Range Autobiography, it definitely holds its ground. And there's a few places it actually excels in over the others, and especially for the price point. I'm honestly not too sure how much Kim put into it on the customization she had done at Platinum Motorsport, but I could imagine a lot. I mean, they did an amazing job on it. The everything's painted. There's no wrapped anything. I mean, Tempest Gray, a factory Rolls-Royce color, full car painted, wheels paint match, so you know it definitely wasn't cheap. I'm hoping the lighting on this drive back isn't absolutely horrible on the camera. It is almost 7 p.m. so we got the sun going down. She moves when you need her to. Give myself another massage. Why not? Change the ambient lighting color too, so it's like a blue. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our second video, a review and drive of Kim Kardashian's former Maybach GLS 600. Again, I want to give a big shout out to Monza for making this possible. I've linked them below in the description. Go hit them up if you're looking to rent any luxury car in Southern California. They'll take care of you. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and we'll be back soon with more videos.